I have been wanting to make this video for forever. Hello! Welcome back to my YouTube channel. So one day I was scrolling social media and I found this post that said basic advice for every musician. And like I said, I've been wanting to make this video for a while because, you know, being a musician, sometimes it gets extremely discouraging. And this is like advice for even from the basic musician to a professional musician. All of these things are helpful. So here are a few pieces of advice and encouragement for being a musician as either a hobby or your everyday career. Number 1, practice. Number 2, every single interaction that you have counts. Now, some people don't really understand how important this is, only because, you know, you go through your life or like college or whatever, work or whatever you're doing, and it's like, you know, how do I get these connections? How do people get gigs? And how do people do this and that? Me personally, whenever I go out to a concert or with my friends, or if I'm at a convention or whatever I'm going to, I always have a little stack of business cards that I take with me. And it's just because even if that person never contacts you ever again, it's super important that you hand out your business cards just in case, because you never know who you can meet at any time and it'll happen randomly. It's like a great first impression is what I'm trying to say. So yeah, I would encourage business cards if you have them. And even if you don't have them, just interacting with somebody with respect and kindness, it means a great deal to a lot of people. So just be kind, because you never know who you're gonna meet and what connections they could have. Number 3, do not compare yourself to others if it's harmful to you. I know a couple of people where comparing themselves to different musicians, it helps them. And if that helps you, then that's perfectly okay. You can compare yourself to others. However, I believe there is a limit. Myself, I'm pretty hard on myself. I set the bar extremely high, higher than I think I should. And comparing myself to others, in ways it does help me, but in other ways it's like, oh my gosh, you piece of trash, you should be better. There is this wise quote, and this person said that comparison is the thief of joy. And that's really true. There's a point where it's healthy comparison, and then there's a point where it's a little too much and you're going to never be happy. So it's important that you set that line and you understand what that boundary is for you personally. Number 4, practice. Number 5, getting better at professional writing. Now when I read this, it took me to two different scenarios. One scenario is professional writing as in compositionally, music writing. Now this is something I've really had to learn over the past year, because in January of 2018, when I started up Ambition with a couple of my closest friends, we had to get repertoire really fast, and the only way to do that is 1, to purchase it, which wasn't an option at the time because, you know, we're college students, we don't have money, and 2 is to either write our own compositions or arrange them. Here's where it gets cool, because I have gotten job requests in the past for arrangements, like, hey Melody, can you arrange this? And I had to say no because I just didn't know how to do it. So now this past semester, when we started up our jazz combo, we had to arrange our own pieces and write our own stuff, and we kind of had to force ourselves to learn how to do that. But once we did, it was incredible. We performed it, and it got a lot of attention from our audiences, and it was just a great tool to have in our back pocket. And as this next school year comes around, whether or not the jazz combo is going to stay alive, we definitely have that tool in our back pocket now, so we can use it for future job opportunities and gig opportunities, things like that. So now when someone asks me, hey Melody, can you arrange this? I have the opportunity to say yes, because I now know how to do it. And the second route of being a professional writer is knowing how to professionally write a letter. And this is super important, because if somebody important kind of emails you and says, hey, I need to do this thing, are you in, or something, I don't know, something like that, you really need to show how professional you are by having authentic writing and knowing how to use your words correctly, because it's really easy to do one grammatical error or to talk in slang or something like that, and it's really unprofessional when you do that. So learning how to be a better writer is important if you want to further your career in music or anything in general. Number 6, learning how to practice more efficiently. This is really interesting because a lot of people practice incorrectly, as weird as that sounds. Back in high school, when I used to practice, I was in a band program where our program was not very big, it was very small. And so therefore the repertoire was at a very lower level than where I was, so I technically really didn't need to practice, and at the time I didn't take it as seriously as I do now. So it was really interesting to see how my practice schedule went, because all I would practice was things that I already knew, and I had not known that it was essential for me to practice things that you don't know, because that's what practicing is all about, isn't it? It's really important to efficiently use your time when you practice, to practice things that you're really bad at. There's somebody I was talking to, or somebody, I don't remember who it was, but somebody said that if you sound crappy when you practice, you're doing it right. But if you sound good when you're practicing, then you're not really practicing. And that's something that's really stuck with me, because it's important, because when you're messing up when you practice, that means you're getting better at what you're doing. So the more you mess up, the more you catch what you need to work on. So that's really important when you're practicing. So number 7, 6, 7. Staying healthy. Okay, so for example, a couple of days ago, I think, well, actually, it's probably a week ago, but anyway, about a week ago, I saw a group called Fat Cat Swinger, and if you don't know who they are, which you probably don't, they are a swing band that originated in the high desert, which is where I'm from. And they are, first of all, they're phenomenal. They're a great group, and I happen to know the leader on a personal level, and he's great, the group is great, and if you ever get a chance to see them, please do, because they're great. And the amount of energy that they all have on that stage is just so electric, and it brings all of the audience together. And I don't think they can do that without staying in shape and stay healthy, because, you know, they jump around and they walk all around the stage and in the audience, and, you know, one, it gets the audience hyped, and second of all, that is a huge workout. I was talking to the tenor sax player, his name is Sean, and as I was talking to him after the concert, he showed me his reed and it had blood on it, and he's like, hey, and I'm now officially part of the Bloody Reed Club. And I'm like, how did that happen? He said, because when they were jumping up and down, the mouthpiece kind of hit his lip and it cut it, and ouch. But all of that to say, it's really important to stay healthy and to take care of your body, because being a musician takes a lot of hard work, and Sometimes during gigs you'll be standing for hours, and it takes a lot of leg strength and mental capacity to perform at that level, and it's really important to take care of your body and be healthy. And finally, practice. Well, guys, you know, being a musician is one of the greatest careers that you can pick. And, you know, don't sweat it. You got this. Even when you think you don't, it's really important to understand that, you know, if being a musician, if pursuing music is your passion, then you should absolutely go for it, because I'm gonna go for it. So if I can do it, then you can do it too. Alright guys, well that's all I have for you today. If you like what you saw, then you could click that like button there and subscribe to me if you haven't yet. Alright guys, well I hope you enjoyed that. If you want to see my most recent upload, you can click right there. And if you want to see a video that is most recommended to you personally, you can click right there. And if you would like to subscribe, you can click right here. Alright guys, I'm gonna let you go. Have a god day, make your choices, and I will see y'all in the next one. Bye.